Everyone thought America couldn't build a real supercar. Then Chevy dropped the C8 Corvette, and suddenly the Europeans started sweating. Not just because of its looks, its speed, or even its sound, but because of what it costs. Today, we're diving into why the C8 Corvette is the best performance bargain of 2025 and how the market has shifted in your favor. Let's start with what makes the C8 so special. From the second you hit the ignition, the C8 doesn't whisper, it shouts. The base Stingray comes with a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 sitting right behind your back. It makes 490 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque right out of the box. Add the performance exhaust and you're at 495 horsepower and 470 pound-feet. That power goes to the rear wheels through an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic. No manual option here, Chevy ditched it for quicker shifts and pure performance. And when you hit the gas, the C8 doesn't hesitate. With the Z51 performance package, it rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds. That's squarely in supercar territory. Top speed, 194 miles per hour. And remember, this is the base model. It's already wild, but it only gets crazier from here. Then you got the Z06. This isn't just a tuned-up Stingray, it's practically a different beast. It comes with a 5.5-liter flat-plane crank V8, the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 ever put in a production car. The LT6 engine revs to 8,500 RPM and makes a staggering 670 horsepower. That's more than a Ferrari 458 Italia. It hits 60 miles an hour in 2.6 seconds and runs the quarter mile in the low 10s. Top speed is just under 200 unless you add the Aero Pack, which adds downforce but trades off some top end. The Z06 doesn't just accelerate quickly, it sounds like it's tearing a hole in the sky. That high revving shriek, it's what car enthusiasts dream about. It's the kind of car that you can take to a track and hang with six-figure exotics and then drive home without a single warning light or issue. But Chevy didn't stop there. Enter the ZR1, the next step in the C8 evolution, arriving in 2025. It's expected to use a twin-turbocharged version of the Z06's engine, pushing 1,064 horsepower and 828 pound-feet of torque. Numbers like that don't just rival supercars, they challenge hypercars. 0 to 60 in just 2.3 seconds, quarter-mile times in the mid-9s, a top speed approaching 233 miles per hour. That's Bugatti-level territory for a fraction of the price. And it's not the end. Rumors are swirling about the Corvette Zora, an all-wheel drive hybrid monster that combines the ZR1's twin-turbo V8 with electric motors on the front axle. Total output estimated to be over 1,200 horsepower and more than 1,000 pound-feet of torque. It could hit 60 miles an hour in under 2 seconds. That's not just a sports car, that's a warp speed missile. What sets the C8 platform apart isn't just its raw power numbers, it's how it drives. For the first time in Corvette history, the engine is mid-mounted. That gives the car nearly perfect balance and a low center of gravity. The result is a car that feels agile, stable, and composed at high speeds or around tight corners. It uses forged aluminum double wishbone suspension with coil-over dampers, a huge departure from the transverse leaf springs of older Corvettes. The ride quality is refined, yet it remains razor-sharp when pushed hard. Whether you're cruising through a canyon or tearing up a track, the C8 feels confident and precise. And then there's the design. The C8 looks like it belongs in Monaco or parked next to a Lamborghini in Beverly Hills. The front is angular and aggressive, with slim LED headlights and huge front air intakes. From the side, dramatic body lines sweep into sculpted side scoops that feed the mid-mounted engine. And in the rear, quad LED taillights and massive exhaust outlets remind you this isn't a pretender. For 2025, Chevy introduced some bold new colors, competition yellow and hysteria purple to name two. And with multiple wheel designs, brake caliper color options, and carbon fiber accents, you can make your Corvette truly yours. Inside, the cockpit is like a fighter jet built around the driver. The digital instrument cluster is clear and customizable. The high center console separates the driver and passengers and houses the now famous row of climate controls that runs like a spine up the dash. The base 1LT trim comes well equipped with Mulan leather, power seats, and a Bose audio system. Step up to a 2LT or 3LT and you'll unlock Napa leather, real carbon fiber, or aluminum trim, a leather-wrapped dash, a heads-up display, ventilated seats, a 14-speaker Bose performance system, and a built-in performance data recorder. In 2025, even the airbag cover is leather-wrapped on the 1LT and 2LT models. There are 11 interior color combinations ranging from stealthy black to wild adrenaline red, sky cool gray, and the new habanero orange. You can spec it like a luxury cruiser or go full track weapon. Technology is another strong point. That 12-inch digital gauge cluster responds to driving modes, and the 8-inch infotainment screen is fast, responsive, and supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's also a rear camera mirror, a necessity when the engine sits behind you. Wireless charging, a heads-up display, and advanced navigation round out the interior tech suite. But the 2025 model adds more than just features. It also brings new standard safety tech. For the first time ever, automatic emergency braking is standard, along with forward collision alert, pedestrian braking, and lane keep assist. Blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert are also included, making it one of the safest Corvettes yet. Now let's talk pricing. This is where things get really interesting. The base Stingray Coupe starts at $69,995. Even if you spec it with the Z51 package and some nice options, you're still looking at under $80K for a car that hits 60 in under 3 seconds and looks like a Ferrari. The 2LT and 3LT trims bump up the price to the mid-70 to low $80K range. The convertible adds about $7,000. Fully loaded, you're still under $90,000. Now for the big boys, the Z06 starts at around $112,000. A loaded 3LZ convertible around $130K. The upcoming ZR1 expected to start in the $170,000 range, maybe even reaching $220K fully loaded. And even the rumored Zora, potentially starting at just over $200K, would still undercut hybrid hypercars that cost 3 times as much. In 2025, the Corvette market has done a complete 180. Just a couple of years ago, getting a new C8 meant paying well over the sticker, sometimes 10, 20, even 50,000 more for a Z06. But now, dealer lots are overflowing. Inventory from 2024 hasn't sold, and 2025 models are arriving in bulk. That surplus is driving prices down fast. Across the country, brand new C8 Stingrays are being listed at or below MSRP. And not just base models, well-equipped 2LT Z51 trims that used to sell for $85K or more are now showing up for $74 to $78K. Many dealers are offering 10 to 15% off MSRP, with some even stacking loyalty rebates and Costco member incentives worth up to $3,000 more. Even the Z06, once completely unattainable without a massive markup, is now being sold at MSRP, and in some cases, $3,000 to $7,000 below MSRP. The new E-Ray Hybrid is also seeing discounts of $4,000 to $10,000, depending on the region. Why the shift? Overproduction, rising interest rates, and market saturation. The buyer pool has cooled, but dealer stock keeps growing. There are now thousands of unsold new Corvettes sitting on the lots, including hundreds of 2024s. And with fewer people able or willing to pay inflated prices, dealers are slashing margins and even offering 0% APR financing to keep cars moving. In short, the days of markups are gone. The C8 Corvette is no longer a scalper's market. It's a buyer's market. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. You can walk into a dealership today and score what was once a 6-figure dream car for thousands below MSRP. Now, let's put this into perspective. Take the Porsche 911 Carrera. It starts at around $115,000, gives you 379 horsepower, and gets from 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds flat. Then there's the BMW M4 xDrive. It'll run you over 80,000, makes 503 horsepower, and sprints to 60 in roughly 3.4 seconds. As for the Toyota Supra and the Nissan Z, sure, they're a blast to drive, but they don't even come close to matching the Corvette's power, balance, or overall presence. They're in a different weight class entirely. Even the Porsche Cayman GT4 RS, an absolutely phenomenal machine, starts at around $160,000 and still makes even less power than the Z06. And good luck getting your hands on one. Between the notoriously stingy Porsche dealer network, brutal allocation waitlist, and dealer markups that can balloon the price to well past $200,000, it's more of a fantasy than a feasible option for most. It's a spectacular car, no doubt, but the Corvette gives you more power and way less dealership drama. The Corvette gives you supercar speed, head-turning design, and daily drivability for the price of a mid-sized luxury SUV. And it's not just about speed or features. The Corvette name means something. It's America's sports car, built in Bowling Green, Kentucky. No overseas shipping, no exotic maintenance parts are available. Service is affordable, and insurance isn't out of reach. Fuel economy is solid for a V8, low 20s on the highway. The ride is comfortable enough for commuting, and you can actually use it as a daily. Trunk space? You've got a frunk and a rear cargo area. It'll fit a couple of bags, groceries, or even a golf set. Corvette ownership also comes with a built-in community. You're not just buying a car, you're joining a family. Track events, owner meetups, online forums, and yes, you might spot a few guys rocking white New Balances with polo shirts tucked into their jean shorts, but they'll be just as excited to talk about rev matching, track days, and the good old days of the C3. You'll meet other people who love the car as much as you do. And then there's the legacy. The Corvette has been around since 1953. That's more than 70 years of evolution. From front-engine icons like the C2 Stingray and the C7 ZR1 to today's mid-engine revolution, every generation pushed the envelope. The C8 is the boldest leap yet, and in 2025, with dealers finally offering them at or below MSRP, it's not just fast, it's financially smart. Assuming, of course, you can get it past your spouse with a straight face and a very convincing argument about resale value. So if you've ever wanted to own something that looks like a McLaren, drives like a Porsche, and costs less than a Tesla Model S, the 2025 Corvette might just be your perfect match. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments, would you pick the C8 over a European rival? And if you already own one, tell us what surprised you the most. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more breakdowns, reviews, and automotive deep dives.